I guess everyone knows by now that you're Gary Wright.
Right.
Where do you know Gary Wright and his group from?
From England. He used to be in a band called Spooky Tooth. I met him during my album, All Things Must Pass.
Yeah.
He came, played piano on the whole album. So I returned the favor tonight.
Very nice. How many in the audience knew that George was in the group up there? How many didn't know?
I'm not in the group. Just
No, I meant that you were up. I meant that did they recognize you there or not in that subtle way we had you camouflaged, bending in with the background like that. You know, I haven't. You're only the second member of your former organization that I've ever met. I know John.
You didn't meet the other 8.
No. Were there that many?
Yeah,
no,
hundreds.
I only. I know
you
John.
Ever heard of the 18th Beatle?
There were rumors that the Beatles were not always the same person. In fact, there was once a rumor that it wasn't even the real 4 of you who came over here on one trip, that they just sent 4
We just
guys.
sent 4 dummies out there.
That and, what was the other one? Oh, that you actually were all bald and that had no hair, and that you would, that was so you could go out in the street and not be recognized.
It's all truth. Pure
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then they aren't rumors.
Let's take a little march through time with bird's eye frozen orange.
Plus, well, he's right. You weren't supposed to see that. Let's do. Is this confusing you a little bit?
It
This
is,
setup?
all these cameras. Don't know which one I'm supposed to be looking at.
Must be exciting
Yeah,
for you to
supposed-
be next to a famous person.
It
on
is. It's
television.
very exciting. I don't do this every night, you know.
No, I do, unfortunately. No, you were probably wondering what we were looking at. George saw the lights go on over the cameras, which give me the lead into the commercial. Actually, I don't think the audience at home cares what we're looking at. I mean, they're more interested in what we
Well,
think.
I want to know what's looking at me, really. You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to check it out. There he is.
You don't have to. They always say you don't have to worry about what camera's on; that they'll find you.
Yes.
That's how I.
Big Brother is watching you.
Whatever. Yoko sat in that very chair.
Well, I bet many people have sat in this.
Well, a lot of
chair.
people have sat in it, but I was just
I
thinking.
saw the show. It was very nice. Very
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one thing they forgot to plug, so I thought I'd plug it for them, and that's their new Christmas record. We wish you Merry Christmas. War is over. Get yours now. Thank you.
Is there such a record?
Yes, he made it after he was on the show, so he didn't get a chance to talk about it.
Is there a slight undercurrent of hostility between you and
No,
other members of
really,
your group? No, you can
John,
tell me. I
you
mean,
know-
I wouldn't. I'm not going to tell anybody.
No, I just thought I'd take the opportunity and promote his record for him.
Mm-hmm.
War is over if you want it. Happy Christmas.
Yeah. And-
Apple Records.
Well, are you in any sense in contact with each other? I mean,
Yeah, I saw him last night, actually, at the premiere of Raga, which is what we should talk about, maybe.
Okay. But I mean, what did you say? to
I
each
said,
other?
hi, hello.
Yeah.
And
Do you
he
have
said,
writers who think of these things, or do you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
have them ready and you can just
Yeah,
snap them right out
yeah.
like that?
We have writers home,
And what-
rooms full of them,
What did he come back with right away?
with hi.
Yeah? Gee, this ought to be. Was there more, or did that
Well,
just go on? That's pretty
You've
good.
got real boring people, you know, to talk to on your show. I'm probably
Yeah.
the biggest bore you've ever had on the show.
Really? You think?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Oh.
Listen, I'll tell you.
Well, I don't really, you know, they asked me, do you want to come on the Dick Cavett show? And I said, yeah, I got nothing to talk about, really.
Yeah.
They said, well, think of something, you know, anything. So I thought, okay, we'll go and talk about Raga, which is...
Film. You mean that's it? When we're done talking about that, then
Then I go.
Yeah. You don't like to talk then?
Well, not really. Sometimes, if there's something to say, but there's really nothing to say these days.
You know, I have that feeling too. People think that I must love to talk and that I would love to go to parties and yak my head off, and I could go for months without talking.
Well, you talk every night, don't you?
I know, and I've never liked it. I mean, I don't crave conversation. I could sit in an empty room for days and days. I'd have to leave occasionally, but not to talk. I mean, in other words, I don't have a terrific appetite for talking. The reason I'm rattling on like this is that you've just frightened me by telling me that you don't like to talk. And I figure I may have to, will I have to fill then this last hour
You
of the
just
show?
talk and I'll watch.
Okay, well, we will. Let's talk about the film. And then, well, before we get to that, though, since we may run out.
Let's get to something else.
When you, if you and John and Yoko do meet, though, you're not really gritting your teeth.
No, we're good friends.
Yeah. Well, all of that about her being the problem with the group, is that slightly silly that one woman could be so much of a problem?
No, the group had problems long before Yoko came along. Mm-hmm. Many problems, folks.
Can you remember who was the first to say, I bet we'll break up one day, that this won't go on, that this is sort of a dream, that we can't all stick together?
I don't really remember anything about the Beatle days. It seems like a sort of, previous incarnation when I think about it.
And a long time ago, like another life.
Yeah.
Do you regret any of it?
No. Don't regret really anything,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what happened and it was good, it was good, but it was also good to carry on, do something else. In fact, it was a relief.
Sometimes they say
some people can't understand that, because Beatles was such a big deal. They can't understand why we should actually enjoy splitting up. But there's a time when people grow up and they leave home or whatever they do and they go for a change, and it was really time for a change.
Don't you think a lot of people just envied the idea of being world celebrities, though? And
some people, would go on and on forever singing the same tune and playing the same gig if they were making some money, Yeah. But I think we'd all rather give that up and try going on our own and try doing something we really want to do. And if we don't make it, then hard luck. But as it happens, we've all got such a lot of goodwill hanging over from being Beatles.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably wouldn't have me on the show if I hadn't have been one. Let's face it.
No, you wouldn't get here on looks alone.
We will return after this message
from wait a minute.
Local station.
Just because that comes on doesn't mean you have to do it right away.
Oh.
Do you feel like doing it now?
I just did it.
Oh, right.
Oh, I see. 4 or 5 minutes.
4
and 5.